Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Marshfield High School for the championship game of the 21st annual South Coast Holiday Tournament between the number two team in 4A, the Philomath Warriors, and the underdog Cinderella run, you could say, in the 2A Bandon Tigers from down just below Coos Bay. Warriors had to go through two talented teams to get here with Cook County beat them by 16 in the opening round of the tournament. And then last night had to earn a gutsy late effort victory over Marshfield, but were able to get the job done over the host school to put them in a position to get redemption in the championship game. Came up short last year of the ultimate title and are certainly wanting to get back on top of the South Coast crown. Meanwhile, Bandon out of 2A has to play some bigger schools down here, playing toward the championship game. Now find themselves with a chance against Philomath, looking to keep this win streak rolling. Now sits at 3 games for the Warriors, have won 4 out of their 5 games to start the season. Looking to stretch their win streak to 4 in a row and go into the holiday break on a hot streak. Starting lineup for the Warriors today: Aspen Russell, Zoe Howard, Emily Downisila, Annika Steen, who was everywhere last night on both ends of the floor, as Coach Silva described, and helming it off in Annika Tryon, who led all scorers yesterday with 12, converting 6 of her 7 free throws from the line. Warriors went 11 of 13 from the stripe, a critical factor in determining the outcome of the game. Should be a good one in hand. Black and gold battle. Warriors rocking their whites and grays. Bandon rocking their black and gold. We are underway. Warriors win the tip, go the other way with it, but it's quickly picked back up by the Bandon. But Steen quickly recollects it, as she often does. Finding her way to the basketball. Downisila looks to step it up. Steen circling the perimeter. Pardon, that's Russell. Now back to Downisila. Far court, Steen. Swinging around to Downisila. 10 seconds to shoot. Drives to the hoop. Loses it on her way there. And it'll fly out of bounds off Bandon. Inbounding it for the Tigers will be Olivia Thompson. Taking it up along the near side, Jasmine Llewellyn. Warriors using their double team zone press. Aspen Russell there on the top of the defensive helm, and she forces a jump ball. It'll stay with Bandon, though. Thompson inbounding once more. They get it inside to Caitlin Sen, and she's fouled on the ground. Foul goes against the Warriors. It'll be on Downisila, I believe. Inbound goes in. Tryon contests against her opponent, but McKenna Vyrick draws the foul on the shot. She'll go for a pair. "45 seconds evaporated. Getting underway in this championship bout. And the 2A Bandon Tigers strike first in this one. Second one falls through. Here come the Warriors on the other end. Howard, bounce pass inside, just past Tryon's right arm. Bandon takes it the other way here along the near hardwood. Crossing over is Stice. Lizzie Stice, that is. Around to Dimitrik. Back up top, top point driving. Shuffle out to Vyrick. Inside, she's stuck by Tryon, guarding baseline. facing to the floor. Steen closes out. So does Downisila. Coming off the screen, trying to get to the hole is Dimitric. 8 seconds to shoot. Bandon looking for an option. Right elbow. Handoff. Vitric to Dimitric. Outside for three at the buzzer of the shot clock. It bounces off the back of the iron, and Steen scoops it up. Warriors coming the other way with it. Russell in the far corner. 2-0 Bandon. 6 minutes to go in the first. Steen settles at the low block and heaves it back out to Downisila. Comes off the screen at the right elbow, but has the ball tipped away from her on the ground. Scooped up by McKenna Vyrick. Downisila to inbound from the far side. Has it tipped back off Howard right to herself on the inbound. And she gets called for a travel, trying to step her way out. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. Still 2-0 Bandon. Warriors seeking their first point still. Tigers swinging it around. Hitting at the top is Sen. Sen far side three. That one tried by Dimitric. Steen gets it in space. Moving up the floor. Tosses to Downisila. Over far side Steen. Steen on the right arc. Back to the top of the key. Near side, it's Russell. Shoveling down to Howard. Faces up and hits. Warriors get their first bucket of the game. Zoe Howard with a crucial lead-taking shot yesterday. And now has the first bucket today to get the Warriors rolling with 5 minutes and 13 to go in the first quarter. 2-2 tie. Substituting in for the Warriors in front of the scorer's table to come in will be Kaylee Cannon. Caitlin Sen circles it around inside and gets fouled. Foul will go against Tryon, her first. 4th team foul for Philomath. Sen rattles that one in. Downisila heads to the bench. Cannon enters. Sen arcs it, swirls it out. Rebounded by Howard. Crosses up from the right side. Tosses it over the timeline. Here comes Steen around the arc. Shovels inside to Howard. Tries to plump it in to Tryon. She turns around and lifts that one off the right side of the rim. It'll stay with Philomath. Substituting in for the Tigers is Bailey Barnes. She'll switch places with her teammate and Lizzie Stice. That one trying to flip over the top to Tryon. Inbound from Steen is knocked away by the Tigers. 4:45 left in the first. 3-2 Bandon. Cannon looking for an option. Gets stuck. Has a Tiger in front of her. Bounces it to the right elbow. Tryon switches it over to Steen. Back to Tryon. Around, tipped away again. Deflecting it is Sen all over the place. Interrupting the Warriors' passing weave to try and create a basket. Clock goes to 4.5 minutes left in the opening stanza. Inbound from Steen to Cannon. Cannon back to Steen. Steen looks inside, right elbow Tryon. Bounce inside Howard. Pivoting, swirling, and one! With some extra oomph on top. Howard with back-to-back buckets to open the game for the Warriors. It gives Philomath their first lead of the night. Rattles it in and out and falls through. 5-3 lead Warriors, 4:15 to go in the first. Bandon moving the other way. Warriors pressing with their zone pressure. Pass inside, deflected but recovered by Bandon. Far side three. Moves off the right side. Bounced into the hands of Russell. Trying to look for a pass ahead. Gets it to Cannon. Cannon stops on a dime. Bounces it out to Howard. And Tryon will reset it at the top key. Cannon pump fakes inside. Settles. Lofts to the far side. Now dishing it in. Tryon drives. Settles on the low block. Bounces it up off the rim. Takes a few hops. And now out to Russell. A near side three from Steen. Bounces off the right side of the rim. Bandon moving quickly. Tigers stop on a dime. And that one stripped away by the Warriors, but a foul on the arm of Nia Dimitrik. Foul goes against the Warriors. It's Zoe Howard, the culprit. 3:20 to go in the first. Bandon with a chance to tie things up. Warriors' opponents have not as been equilative as the Warriors from the free throw line. And that trend continues early on so far. Warriors 11 of 13 last night from the free throw line. High arcing shot. Rattles in. And a whistle on the floor. It'll be a substitution for the Tigers. Lizzie Stice will come in, while Nia Dimitrik will go take a seat. Steen comes along the far hardwood. Shuffles left. Into the corner to Howard. Howard moving around the semicircle to her right. Moves the ball over to Cannon. Dribbling into the corner trap. Hands it off to Steen to get it away. 15 seconds to shoot. Tryon outside the arc. Hands it off to Howard. Faces up. Now drives into the paint. And gets caught stepping without dribbling. Travel against the Warriors. Turns it over. Under 3 minutes to go. First quarter. 5-4 Warriors. Tigers with a far side look. Driving baseline is Olivia Thompson. She swings it back outside. Lizzie Stice at the top point. Moves it over back to Thompson. Has a loose ball. Russell dives for it. On the ground, scooping it up and tossing it away is Lizzie Stice. Back to Stice. 5 to shoot. Hands it off. Caitlin Sen. Howard tries to intercept it and deflects it out of bounds. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Warriors with a chance for a long defensive stand. 6-man standout. Reagan Heiken enters the game for senior Tryon. Inbound coming from Thompson. She gets it in. Shot from Sen from way deep. Mooses off the left side. And the Warriors with a nice defensive stop. Evaporating some clock along the way. Just over 2 minutes left. Look inside for Heiken. Immediate impact. Assist from Howard. Clean look inside, and the Warriors take a 7-4 lead with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tigers looking to match. A shot inside is fouled on the arm of Caitlin Michalek. Fifth team foul for the Warriors in this period. We'll have to watch out for fouls down the stretch of the rest of the period. Michalek's shot rolls off to the right. Howard has the rebound. Moving from right to left for the Warriors. Here comes Steen. Shovels out to the far corner. Cannon gets stopped. Shifting inside. Russell tries a mid-ranger from deep. That one misses down. Heiken scoops it up, turns, and hooks it in. Under 90 seconds to play in the first. Warriors trying to seek double digits. 9-5. The Warriors lead by 4. Bandon struggling to scoop it up. Steen with a steal. Dishes to Russell. Stops at the block. Gives it up to Howard, and she throws it away. Here comes Bandon the other direction. And foul with a chance for a three-point play is Caitlin Sen. Early costly fouls for the Warriors. Not as much of a trend as in last game. That one strings through. Sen puts it down. 9-8 Warriors, 1 point advantage for Philomath. And a tight championship bout with the 2A Tigers. Steen hands off to Cannon. Bounces it to Heiken. Collects it. Now over to Howard, near side. Rifles it over to Steen. She shoots a three and hoops the harm. Sen. Back and forth she goes. Dmytryk at the top of the key. Inside Stice. Back outside. Dmytryk. And a double dribble called against the Tigers. Warriors will get a chance at a ending quarter shot. Shaylee May will check in. Kaylee Cannon led to the bench. Bounce from Steen. Right elbow Heiken. Around to May. Playing triangle. Over near side is Russell. Inside to Heiken. Left elbow. 8 seconds to shoot. A shovel inside to Steen. And she scoops it up and in. 2 seconds to go in the first time expiring shot from the Tigers. And that'll do it. Warriors with some nice defensive possessions. Turn it into their own offense. And take a 6-point lead into the second. Leading 14-8. Here in this championship game. Second quarter coming up here on Blake's Take. Quarter number 2 of championship action here at the South Coast Holiday Tournament. Warriors leading 14-8. Seeking to climb back on top of the Holiday Tournament Championship. Bandon starts with the ball to open the second. Shaylee May closing out. He gets the turnover to her teammate. Steen takes it across the timeline. Dribbling left. Hands right. Inside Howard. Stuck in the paint. Swivels and turns. And twists it off the bottom of the basket. Now she falls to the ground and a jump ball is called. It'll stay with Philomath. 14-8 Philomath. Steen claps. Inbounds. Tries to shift it through traffic. Heiken with a fadeaway bank shot. It's rebounded by Steen off the inbound. Wrestling it back and forth. And now an injured player on the ground for Bandon. McKenna Vierk down on the floor. Checking in her place will be Bailey Barnes. Steen right beside her coach Silva. Inbounds to Heiken in the near corner. Has it knocked away from her, but Steen quickly picks it up. Waving around the semicircle. Russell gets it near side. Twisting it around. Over to May. Drives baseline. Settles at the block. Hooks it up. Russell reaches over the top and collects the rebound. Steen moved a little bit too quickly. It overreaches her pass. And now Bandon comes the other way with it. Far side triple attempt for the Tigers. Knocking it down. Olivia Thompson sinks it through. Lead cut to 3 for Philomath, 14-11. 6:42 to play in the first half. A nice dish inside from May. Heiken couldn't find the hole. And now Howard wrestling for the ball. And an offensive foul called on Howard for trying to rip it away. Mika Boynton will check in. Howard flustered as she heads to the bench. Caitlin Sen. Back and forth they go. Dish inside. Heiken takes it away. It'll be a little bit too quick for the Warriors on that one. They turn it right back over. Steen with some extra footing on that one. Under 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Philomath leading 14-11. Circling inside, Caitlin Sen. Hands off Olivia Thompson into the paint. Underhand toss. Outside three again for Bandon. That one comes on short of the rim, but a quick rebound attempt. And a flip into the basket by Sen. Warriors lead now shriveled to 1. Boynton dips inside to Heiken. Tries to scoop it up on the reverse layup. Boynton tips it back out. May can't find it. And it falls off the Warriors. Pardon me, it'll go off of Bandon. Just rolled off one of their legs. May inbounds. Boynton around to Steen. Straightaway triple. Rattles in and out. Rebounded by Heiken. The putback is good. Warriors stretch it back to C. 3, 16-13. Russell facing off against Sen. Near side to Mitrick. Around the perimeter. Steen all up in her grill. Inside look from Mikhailik. Dre's baseline floater attempted by Sen. Heiken loses as she flies her way up the floor. Annika Tryon back into the game. Mabel held back to the row. There's 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Shovel inside. And a turn-up shot for Mika Boynton. Sen. Around to Dmytryk. Dmytryk. Back to Thompson. Thompson inside looks Sen. Sen out to Thompson again. She misses that to the left. Rebounded by the Warriors. It's Heiken coming the other way. Crosses the median point. Dishes it across to the right logo. Moving back, centering up. Steen moves it over to Tryon. Back to Steen. Left elbow. Look inside. Boynton overthrew her teammate. But it's tipped off the fingertips of the Tigers. Steen inbounds. Boynton. Right arc. Up to the top of the key. Steen one-on-one. 10 to shoot. Russell. Left side arc. Looks for an option. Back around to Tryon. Far side. Drives 5 to shoot. Steen outside. A downtown try. And it falls. Second three of the ball game for Annika Steen. She's coming up with steals last night. Now has a pair of triples. And a travel call on the other end. Warriors are finding some energy and momentum as a timeout's called to try and stop it by Bandon. 8-point lead for Philomath. A crucial triple. It's the Warriors leading 21-13, having a more successful offensive first half than the previous couple of nights. Warriors over these past two games have put up just over 40. 40 in the first round against Crook County, 44 against Marshfield. So on a better pace to surpass that total. So they stay on this trajectory. Warriors have not lost when they score over 40 this season. They've scored over 40 points in all of their victories. Same personnel for Philomath. Boynton, Tryon, Russell, Hyken, and Steen. Steen will get the inbound with no contest from the Bandon defenders. Bandon playing a 2-3 zone. Russell here on the left arc. Moves around to Boynton. Corner gives it up. Around to Tryon, far arc. Here's Steen. Left elbow shovel. Inside to Hyken. Around baseline jumper from Tryon is true. Warriors now with their first double-digit lead, 23-13, 3.5 to go in the first half. Dribbling Stice. Tosses it over to far side. It's Dmytryk. Dmytryk inside, where Stice loses it. Boynton scooping it up off the floor. Here comes Hyken the other direction. Shifting her way in and out. Drives to the baseline. A defender falls, but no whistle. At the top, it's Steen. Back and forth with Russell. Dumps it inside to Hyken. Shovels back outside to Tryon. Stepping back for a three is Boynton and fading away and hitting. What a shot from Mika Boynton. And now it's stolen away by Hyken at the logo. Moving her way inside. Steen gets it outside the perimeter. Moves it over to Hyken. Hyken asking for the ball. Powers her way inside, but loses it. Picked up by Boynton. She brings it back. Steen driving baseline. Throws up a shot. Rebound again by Boynton. And she's fouled on a re-attempt. Great string of offense here for the Warriors. Finding some offensive rebounds and opportunities at the line. Boynton with a crucial three and now a chance to add to the lead. And she does. Second one rattles home. 28-13 Warriors. They lead it by 15 with 2:15 to go in the second quarter. Warriors steal it again, once again, as Bandon gets caught moving it too quickly on the overpass. Steen hesitates, now drives it inside. Around to Russell, she wraps it in. Tryon hands it off. Steen circling around the arc. Now near side corner, it's Boynton. Back up to the point where Steen shovels it over, avoids some traffic. Tryon, mid-range jumper off the back iron. Rebounded by Hyken. She falls to the ground and tosses up a shot. It'll be called a travel before she does so. Bandon will take it the other way. 1:45 to go in the opening half. 28-13, Philomath. Russell and Steen in the front court guarding. It's dished inside. Bandon crossing over. Sen bounces that one in and out. Steen on the near hardwood. Stops and turns right. Looks to the elbow. Now facilitates over to Russell. Russell off to Boynton. Inside Hyken. Looks up and under with the lefty. Bounces off the rim. And it rolls out. Going again toward the Tigers. A foul against Philomath on the offensive end. It goes against Hyken. Inbounded to Thompson. Guarded by Steen. Russell shifting over to the far side. Now a pair of Warriors in Boynton and Steen on the near. Top point, Stice. Over to Thompson. Bounces inside. A look up and under for Sen. She bounces it over the backboard. Rebounded by Hyken along the far sideline. Steen will reset at 45 seconds to play in the first half. Warriors leading by 15. Looking to add to it, Russell to Tryon. Dish inside Hyken. Goes up with it and is called for a travel on her way to the cup. Inbound into Stice. Here comes Thompson. Right side pass to Stice. Now back to Thompson. Inside look for the Tigers. Doesn't fall. And a foul on the ground called. Foul against Mika Boynton. Third team foul of the period for the Warriors. 20 seconds to play in the half. It's inbounded over the top to Stice. Stice around to Sen. Sen back to Stice. Over to Thompson near side. Guarded by Boynton. Steen trying to get a crack at it. 8 seconds left. Shot clock dark. Steen tips it away. Skips it up at the logo. Has a chance for a last second shot. She heaves it up and it rolls off the left side of the rim, and that will do it for half number one. Warriors put up 28 points in the first half and will take a comfortable 15-point lead into the locker room. Looking to stretch it out and put this thing on ice with a strong third quarter. Make some extra adjustments to tie a bow on this tournament. We'll be back for half number two here in about 10 minutes here on Blake's Take. 28-13 Warriors. We welcome you back inside Marshfield High for half number 2 of this championship title game for the South Coast Holiday Tournament, 21st installment of this year's tourney. Warriors leading 28-13 over the 2A Bandon Tigers with a nice pair of quarters, most notably the second quarter. Warriors scoring 14 in each the first and the second, with the Tigers only scoring 8 in the first and then being limited to 5 in the second. Warriors have had some stellar defensive showings over their past few games. Had a 22-point limitation to Pendleton the night before they came to the tournament, then 24 points against Crook County. Marshfield a bit of a higher scoring, but then again, a bit of a better opponent. So Warriors defense stepping up down the stretch to give them some stellar performances in these games. Looking to continue that trend while pulling away offensively in this second half. Bandon will start with the ball, moving from right to left. Inbound from Stice to Olivia Thompson. Thompson shuffles right, crosses left, settles in the paint, stops on a dime. Tosses it back out to Sen, and it'll roll out of bounds. Warriors take over. Emily Downisila takes it up the hardwood. Had 9 points last night. It's taken away by the Tigers as Sen steals that one on the far side. Now gets it crossing the logo. Scene tries to take a swipe at it. Doesn't quite come up with it. Dimitrik over to Thompson. Driving. Stops on the left elbow. Stuck by Howard. Driving on down Nisila is Dimitrik. Tossing it out to Stice. Now dialing up a three is Thompson. She falls short. And then Downisila gets it from Tryon. Heaves one forward. Intended for Steen. And it falls behind her as it rolls out of bounds. Just getting underway in this third quarter, 28-13. Warriors leading by 15 in this South Coast Holiday Tournament title game. Dimitrik inside. Outside now to Stice. Slinking it around. Linking it down to Bailey Barnes. Posting up and falling short is Sen. Rebounded by the Warriors. Here's Downisila up front. Russell, a far three from Steen, falls short. And it misses. Here comes Bandon the other way. Far corner. Thompson tosses it around and it moves off the baseline. 6:50 to go. No score yet in the third quarter. Warriors looking to change that. Steen right angle. Lofts it in to Howard. Pivoting back and forth. Takes one dribble, picks it up. Moves it to the far side where Steen hands it off. Downisila is called for an offensive foul as Dimitrik got knocked off for placing. Third personal foul for Downisila. Moving along the far side, Thompson. Circling it around, Stice. Now back inside to Sen. Sen out to Thompson. Thompson dishes inside. Going up and under is Barnes, and she scoops it home. Bandon strikes first in the third quarter, making a 13-point differential. Still in favor of Philomath. Downisila, far side try to Steen. Inside left elbow. Howard has it. Dribbles left. Goes up and under. Loses it. He gets her own rebound with the right hand. Clinches it and nearly swirls it in, but it just spins the other way. She'll go to the line for a couple. First team foul in this period for Bandon. Warriors looking for their first points of the third quarter frame. Down Isila over along the far side, discussing with the official on that offensive foul that lingered from earlier. Howard drains the first. Loops the second one through as well. Bandon moving it up. Inside look for Sen inside. She isn't able to finish, but is fouled on the floor by Tryon. Her second personal and second of the period for the Warriors. Sen will go to the line. She switches the first. Warriors box out, but the shot goes through. Still 13 in favor of Philomath, 30-17 the score. About 5.5 left in the third. Toss out Tryon from Steen, far side. Circling up down Nisila. Going back and forth with Steen. Now Russell here on the near side. Right angle, pump fakes a couple twice to her right. Now dribbles, goes baseline. Settles, tries to bounce it around to Howard, and she loses her footing. It'll stay with Philomath as it's knocked out of bounds by the Tigers. Steen inbound. Around from Danisila. In the near corner. Dump inside to Howard. Around to Danisila. A triple at the shot clock buzzer. Rolls off the right side of the rim. And Tryon has a tango with the fellow Tiger. She falls to the floor. And meanwhile had the ball in her hands as she stepped out of bounds. But Tryon helps her out. Steen to inbound. Into Tryon, near corner. Up top to Danisila, top of the point. Dribbling around with her right. Moves the leather over to Russell. Inside down, Tryon. Moving baseline. Crosses behind her back. Bounces it to Russell. Over to Steen on the far side. 15 to shoot. Warriors moving ball movement all around. Danisila comes off a screen, off a pick. 8 seconds to shoot. Howard off the pick from Russell. Step back into a shot and clanks it in. Zoe Howard with some crucial shots over these past two games. Contributes a nice field goal for the Warriors. Steen scrambles for the ball on the floor. Sen tries to get to the rack, and she falls. Tryon being in her way. It's called for the block. Warriors thought it was a charge. Both sides confused as the officials discussed whether it was a block on a charge. One official signaled it was a block and the other must have signaled a charge. Which one is correct, I do not know. 32-17, Philomath, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Coach Silva out to protest. Now all three officials come to a scrum here in front of the Pirates logo. Boys game coming after this championship game. It'll be between Crook County and Philomath. And all 4A bout. Crook County taking down 5A Redmond to advance to the championship round. Warriors edging out Marshfield with a stellar defensive fourth quarter performance in which they did not allow a single field goal in the fourth quarter. Marshfield only converting on a pair of free throws. That one coming up right after this at 5:45, if not sooner. The possession will go toward Philomath after a long discussion. 15-point advantage for the Warriors. Steen picks up her dribble. Chests it over to Downisila. She tosses far side to Russell. Inside, Howard posts up. Scoops that one over the right side of the box. Substitutions incoming for Bandon. Lizzie Stice and Caitlin McCulloch each into the game as Eckhoff and Carmack each come out. Steen inbounds down Nisila. Gets it on the near side, three. Attempts a triple. In and out it goes. Rebounded by the Tigers. Dribbling on the far hardwood. Thompson shuffles it around. Stice gives it up. And Sen will redirect. 15 seconds to shoot. Spins off of Steen. Step back into a three. Bang! Big shot from Steen. Cuts the lead to 12 for Philomath. One of the few three-pointers we've seen from Bandon today. Russell. Over around from Howard to Steen. Steen loses it for a moment. Gets it right back. Downisila faces some pressure. Howard bounces it right back to her. She scoops it up and clanks it off the top of the backboard. Crossing the timeline. Moving it forward out of the Tigers. Here's Sen on the near side. Guarded by Steen. Steen looks for a pickoff. She can't get there. Stice settles at the right elbow. Hands it off to Dimitrik. Thompson rolling right. Goes over and under and in. Lead cut to 10. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Philomath leading by 10, 32-22. Russell, dish inside. Howard backing down. Pivoting. Jabbing. Up and under. She gets fouled. Pardon me. She's called for the foul. Coach Silva, confused as I am as to where the foul would be seen. Stice bounces it back and forth. Downisila intercepts it. Dribbling, crossing over. Trying to find the hole. And she spins it off the top of the rim. With a foul on her way to the cup, she'll go for two. Just over 90 seconds to play in this third quarter. Downisila swishes that one in. Cans up the second. 34-22, Warriors lead by 12. Clock winding down in this third quarter. Near side Sen, guarded by Russell. Steen and Howard try and close out on Thompson. She bounces her way into the lane. Hiking comes up with the rebound off the missed shot. Here's Steen. Dribbling right. A hand check called on Thompson. Pulling a little bit under the wrist. Steen throws it into Hiken. Over the top. Open look for Howard. And she bottoms it through. Russell forcing pressure. A disruption in the weaving basket. Steen strips it away. Russell tries to come up with it. It stays with Bandon. Thompson and Russell tangled up. And Russell ties her up again and forces a jump ball. Russell getting her hands dirty in all the action of the Tigers offense. A timeout taken by Bandon. 36-22, Warriors lead it by 14 in the driver's seat, controlling forward. .1 left on the clock here in the third. Warriors with a 14-point lead. Bandon will inbound from the far side of the court on the near side of the key. Thompson to inbound, looking for an outlet, throws it way over the top, but finally gets it to Dimitric. In the corner, Sen has it again. It's deflected by Heiken. Shoots a three from Sen. It falls under the net and rebounded by Steen as the clock expires on the shot clock. Dribbling her way forward. Goes for Danisila. Driving in, Euro step. Bouncing it off the right side of the rim. And draws a foul on her way there. Foul against the Tigers. It's Caitlin McCulloch, the culprit. 15.2 to go in the third. Boynton will check in along with Cannon. Danisila. Continuing the Warriors' trend of success at the stripe. There's another. Back-to-back perfect trips for Danisila to the line. She'll be rewarded with some rest. Cannon and Russell speeding their way. Being like gnats in the court up court. 5.2 to go here in the third. Points into inbound. Warriors with a chance for a last-second heave. Steen moves it up. Cannon takes it from deep. Way off the mark. That'll end the frame. 8 minutes to go is all the Warriors need until they are South Coast Holiday Tournament champs. 16-point lead will take them into the final 8-minute stretch. We'll be back here in just a short second here on Blake's Take. Fourth and final quarter here from Marshfield High as the Warriors look to capture the South Coast Holiday Tournament title. On the girls' side, to set the tone for what should be another great game here tonight on the boys' end between Crook County and Philomath. Philomath holding a 16-point advantage. Bandon moving the ball forward. And that one swirls around and in for the Tigers. Dropping it in for two is Bailey Barnes. Warriors lead now cut to 14. Warriors scoring 10 points in that third quarter frame. Bandon with 9, their highest scoring total yet in a frame in this contest. Warriors come away with the ball. Cannon bouncing around to Russell. Russell back to Cannon at the top of the arc. 10 seconds to shoot. Cannon in some trouble. Hands it off to Russell. She also finds some difficulties. Boynton, straight away triple off the back iron. Rebounded by Bandon. Moving quickly up the hardwood is Dimitrick. She hands it off to Thompson. And she travels before she can go anywhere with the ball. Boynton inputs for Danisila. Danisila dribbling right. Has a wide open track to the hoop, but she can't finish. Rebounded by Sen. Gets it away. Out of the Warriors' hands. Here on the near side, Stice. Bounces it in. Barnes back around. With a look inside for Michalik. Now back outside for Michalik. Inside to Stice. At the right block. She hooks it up. And is fouled. A chance at a couple from the dash. That one falls right side out. Stice's second will not. Falling to the floor on a tumble and a dive are both Steen as well as Dimitrick. Dimitrick is hit up with the block. First team foul for Bandon in this quarter. 38-24, Warriors lead with 6.5 to play in this contest for the championship of the tournament. Play resumes. Steen inside, Boynton back out to Steen. Steen right angle, dribbling right, tosses inside. Heiken turns to her right, settles at the low post, tries to put it up. It's over the top of the rim. Bandon gets it, but stuck on the baseline. Boynton facing her, inching her way closer, and pile driving her out of bounds. Not intentionally, but resultingly gets the flop, and the fish from Marshfield come to play. Hiking around to Steen. Steen back to Danisila, far corner. Dribbling right. Hails it over the top, into the backcourt. Warriors go over and back. .6:01 to play. 38-24 Philomath. Warriors up by 16. Stice dribbling right. Hands it off. Thompson off a pick. Tangled with Danisila. Pressured by Steen. And a 3 in the key violation. Warriors smothering the Tigers, putting them in a cage. Danisila crosses the timeline. Turns right. Over the top. Inside cut for May. A putback. She falls, but she's fouled. hard clank on the hardwood on the forehead. But all is good. May misses the first off the front of the rim. Second one misses as well. 5:35 to go in the contest. Score remains the same. Bandon trying to get into the front court, having some trouble. And a 10-second violation. It'll go the Warriors' way. The first one of those we've seen in this tournament for a Warrior game. It was bound to happen eventually. That Warriors full court press works in full force on that possession. And the Warriors will get it in an advantageous position on the floor. Steen gets the inbound on the far sideline. Now back into the near in front of her own bench. Hands it off to May. Shovels over to Heiken. Around to Danisila. The running floater is pure. Warriors reach the 40-point threshold. A good sign for Warriors fans. Winning each game when they score 40. And that trend looking to continue. With under 5 minutes to play in a lead of 16. A deep three clanks in and out. Heiken rises up for the rebound. Gives it to the logo. For Danisila. Dribbles to the left. Moves it forward to Steen. Loses it for a moment. Swings it around to Boynton. Boynton around to May. May hand off Boynton. Right back on the near side. High point. Heiken pump fakes. Euro steps. Scoop up and under and through. May front facing along with Steen. Jab stepping on the far side. Smothering her defender. And a timeout taken by Bandon. Warriors increasing the heat, closing the pressure, and encapsulating the Tigers in their cage with elite defense that has turned into successful offensive conversions. 42-24, the Warriors lead it by 18. Searching for a 20-point championship win. What a statement that would be. Although it is a 2A opponent. Still take care of business is important in these kind of scenarios and not let a team linger. .408 to go. Boys game coming up next. Personnel for the Warriors remains the same. Steen, Heiken, Boynton, Danisila, and May. Inbound from Stice. Right into Dmytryk. Sen will facilitate. Swings it back to Dmytryk. Dmytryk driving, bounces, and tumbles with Danisila. Got a little bit too eager. Trailing from the backside, trying to strip it away. Inlet into Dmytryk. Her shot way off the mark. Danisila crosses the timeline. Over beyond the logo. Boynton in some trouble. Gets it back to Danisila. Anticipated the catch a little bit before he got there. And thus it slips through her grasp. Warriors bring back the full court pressure. 42-24, 3.5 to play. Over on the far side, Dmytryk. Now up to the front court, where Boynton is called for a foul. Going against Barnes. Backing her way into her hip. Kaylee Cannon will check in. Steen will head to the row of seats. Dmytrik. Circling left. Shovels over to Sen. Sen a try from deep. Bounces off the back block. And Heiken is tangled up. Warriors thought they had it. But it'll stay with Bandon. Tipped out of bounds by the Warriors. Cannon front facing. But driving is Sen. She twirls it in. Downisila off the glass. Bounces into the hands of Sen. A full court heave up towards Stice. She stops, gets it back, near side corner. Driving is Sen. Goes up and under and floats that one on the foul. .245 to go. Warriors lead 42-26. 16-point advantage. That would be cut into at the line. McKellick will substitute out. Pardon come in. Along with Ayakov. Warriors lead at 14 after a 2-for-2 trip to the line for Sen. Downisila crossing back and forth. Sen right up in her grill and is called on a hand check.
That's her third personal foul.
Downisila down to Boynton, right corner. Dribbles right, bounces back left. Downisila off the screen from Boynton. Settles at the right elbow. Off the mark to the right. Rebounded by Sen on the floor. Speeding her way up the hardwood, trying to take it coast to coast, but denied by Downisila. Pulled it down and away and tossed it out of bounds. 2:18 to go. Downisila will switch with Howard. Banded to inbound from the far side of the key. Inbound into the corner. Ayakov. Up to Sen. At the right angle. Down to the right corner. Up and around to the near side. Back over to the far side. Ayakov tries a three. And cashes it in. That was thrown in front. May intending for Boynton. Falls past the Marshfield baseline. Just in front of that, Les Schwab tire. The Les Schwab Holiday Tournament, as it is in the name. Under 2 minutes to play, 42-31 Warriors. Lead is at 11. Warriors force an offensive foul, or so it appears. Indeed, it is an offensive foul against Jasmine Llewellyn. Warriors crowd starting to cheer. Building some energy knowing that a win is looming. Bandon still with full court presence in their favor. Cannon quickly saves it. Warriors having some trouble getting across the timeline. Cannon loses it and rockets it forward. The timeout taken by Coach Silva. Get them out of that troublous situation. 42-31. Just over 90 seconds to play until the Warriors are officially champions of the South Coast Holiday Tournament. Both teams break apart. Cannon will inbound along that far sideline. Ideally, can just inbound into the front court. Across half court. Cannon into Howard, right back to Cannon. Lures the defender away from her. Down to Mia Bennett. Bennett gets it back out to Howard. Cannon loses that one on the floor, wrestling with Howard, trying to come up with a loose ball and scrambles away with the jump. Howard limps up. Trying to shake off that right leg. Rolling on her knee. Minute 23, 42-31 Philomath. Inbound to Boynton near corner. Back out to Cannon. 10 seconds to shoot. Cannon backing down on Thompson. Drives baseline. Twirls around. Gets it to Howard. 3 to shoot. To the corner. Baseline falls and a charge. Tough offensive possession for the Warriors. Thompson bounces it into Dmytryk. Bandon looking for quick points. Picking it up is Dmytryk. Back to Sen. Sen, handoff, Michalik. Driving is Sen. Around to Thompson. Thompson goes baseline. Tries to get it back to Sen, and May steals it away. Moving forward, bounces it, settles baseline. Gets blocked by a pair of Bandon players. Here comes Sen, trying to take it coast to coast. Euro step, goes left after going right. He gets fouled as she tried to clank it off the backboard. 37.1 seconds left. Warriors 42. And Bandon now 32. A chance to make it a single-digit game. Sen sinks it and does just that. Timeout taken by Bandon. 9 points separating these two. The Tigers climbing their way back into it. Warriors trying to hang on for the final home stretch. Warriors with same personnel. Mika Boynton to inbound. In guarding is McKenna Vyrick, who went down with an injury earlier in the game. Inbound to Cannon. Has trouble in the far corner. And they say it's tipped away by Philomath off Cannon's hands. Gives Bandon the ball. 34.9 to go. Thompson trying to find an option. She gets one. And falling that one in is Nia Dmytryk. A scary three. Warriors will re-enter their starters. 6 points now separating these two. Just had the lead cut in half, Philomath did. From 12 to now 6. Warriors having some trouble getting it off across half court over these past few possessions. Trying to get one more strong move toward the hoop. Four of Bandon's players, along with four of Philomath's, on the side of Philomath. Moving it forward. Moving past the timeline is Danisila into the far corner. She gets fouled immediately. 24.4 seconds to go. 6-point lead for the Warriors. Danisila trying to add more. Rattles that one through. Cans the second. Bandon speeding up the hardwood. Under 20 seconds to play. Thompson on the baseline. Bounces inside. Sen and one. The Tigers clawing their way back into it. Trying to scratch the surface. Haven't quite eclipsed the ceiling yet. But are inching closer by the seconds. 44-39 Philomath. It appears as though Bandon is indeed out of all of their timeouts. Philomath still with 4. Inbound is stripped away by Sen, intended for Tryon. Now getting it back is the Tigers. A far side 3, no good, won't go for Stice. Warriors trying to come up with it. Danisila has it, clears it away, and the clock ends there. The Tigers claw back and make it interesting late, but the Warriors survive the attack and are the 2023 South Coast Holiday Tournament champions. The Warriors of Philomath win it 44-39 in a what once was a blowout, turned out to be an interesting finish down the stretch. Probably gave quite a few Warrior hands a little bit of unnecessary stress, but now it is all smiles because a win is a win. That's the name of the game. A great tournament for the Warriors, who go 3-0 through the bracket, finish as tournament champions, get redemption from the loss in the tournament final last year in overtime, and get the sweet taste of victory beside their name. Their next game won't be until the 27th of December, so after the Christmas holiday, when Philomath hosts their own tournament, the Philomath tournament, starting against Sutherland. Coming up next here on Blake's Take, the finale here of the South Coast tournament, the boys final between Philomath and Crook County, an all-4A clash to cap it off. But I'll stay on here for just a short bit to get you guys immediate news regarding the all-tournament selections and MVP. Philomath sure to have some recognition in that respect.
They helped us out, and they're going to be a pretty darn good 2A basketball team going into this year in the state tournament. So thank you so much for coming out. As well as the Warriors, I wish we were hosting the tournament here. We'd love to see the Warriors down here, but hopefully we'll see them in Fort Scrub this year for the 4A tournament. The first thing I want to do is recognize the all-tournament team. And I'd like to recognize 2 people. I'm going to recognize one from Cookfield and also one from Bandon for being here. And those, the first one from Bandon, number 12, they'll say tournament team for don't lose it. Okay? So stay right here. Stay right here. From Tokyo High School, Holly Pichu. Actually, I do have one for you. No, I don't. No, I don't. There you go. But I will get you. I'll share it with Coach. We'll make sure I do it. All tournament. We have the all tournament and also the MVP on the team. All tournament, she's a sophomore, 5'10", and I have to tell you I'm going to do it. It's
Emily Downisila honored on the all-tournament team.
Then you can goes to this young lady, had an outstanding game tonight. I don't know how many points she scored, she get a few threes. But the MVP of this year's tournament, Annika Steen.
Annika Steen named the South Coast Holiday Tournament Most Valuable Player.
The Philomath team, this is Myrtlewood. It's only grown in a couple places in the world. This is one of them right here in Cruise County. So your Myrtlewood Black is the champion this year. Congratulations, Philomath Warriors.
And the Warriors earned the Myrtlewood plaque collected by senior Annika Tryon. That'll do it for the girls' festivities. Congratulations to the Philomath girls on winning the South Coast Tournament title. Now, boys, looking to follow it up. We'll be back for the sequel and the finale here on Blake's Take in about 20 minutes. Stay with us.
Up next is